Hi, I'm Dr. Tracy Peng, holistic and integrative depth psychiatrist in the Bay Area of San Francisco, California since 2000. And just wanting to share today about the kinds of patients that I end up seeing working with more long term. And what seems to happen and what I feel good about is that I often find out that the patients that I'm working with long term are sort of giving of themselves as they feel better and as they get more balanced. So I have, most of my people, have done service work, with vulnerable communities, whether it's teaching or volunteering or being part of pastoral care to underserved populations, vulnerable populations, racial minority, I guess you would call it the global majority, but racial minorities in the United States and abroad actually, and other marginalized like LGBTQ, trans community, or foster care volunteer work. So basically, over the long term, if people are too lost in their own suffering or trauma, and it just becomes clear that no amount of work that I do with them will bring them out of the narrow self-focus, then usually people one way or another end up not working with me for the long term. And sometimes it happens a year in or a couple of years in, but just in general, I feel better about my clinical time going to people who are paying it forward. And not to say that I don't greatly appreciate the therapists and mental health clinicians out there who work with the more narcissistic and sociopathic trait kind of patients. But I think, teaching them empathy definitely will help in their relationships and in them being able to contribute in a way that's beyond themselves. But for me, it tends to be people who are just naturally thinking like, oh, I'm feeling better. I'd like others to also feel better and to spread it. Yeah. So, clinical teaching point. Thanks for joining. Bye.